All right, good morning and welcome to the big story on Daybreak Live Extra. I am your host, Samson Balogun. And today we are diving into a subject that touches every dreamer, every innovator, and every forward thinker. Entrepreneurship and personal development, the pillars of success. All right, thank you for being a part of the show. Samson Balogun, once again, is my name. In a world where ideas shape destinies and self-growth fuels achievement, the journey of success is incomplete without the balance of enterprise and personal transformation. From building our businesses that solve real problems to cultivating habits that sharpen our minds and character, entrepreneurship and personal development go hand in hand. Joining us to break this down is someone who truly embodies these principles, Femi, a seasoned entrepreneur, transformation speaker, content creator, and the convener of the Primetime Conference in Ibadan. His insights and experiences will help us uncover the strategies, mindset shifts, and practices that make success attainable and sustainable. Thank you for joining us. Femi Peters is with me in the studio this morning. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be here this morning.
All right, you wear so many caps. You are an entrepreneur, transformation speaker, content creator, convener of the Primetime Conference. How did this journey begin for you?
While I was coming this morning, I saw a quote, and I would like to start from there.
Okay.
It says, don't wait for opportunities, create opportunities. You see, over time, people think, oh, while I just sit, there are going to be space for me in rooms that I don't expect. And I feel like if you don't create opportunities yourself, you will just keep being on the same spot. So everything that you've mentioned about me started all the way from creating opportunities for myself.
Okay.
I'm like, there's this particular saying, I say, if they don't give me chance, I will create a chance for myself. So
you take it by force,
yeah,
whether they like it or not. Now,
yeah,
let's go back to how it all started. Education, moving down to what you do now. So how did it all start from the educational level?
Well, I finished from one of the best secondary school in Africa, and that's Government College Ibadan. So up school, up GCI. Okay. So it all started from there, and I've always been a leader. I've always been a leader. If you are in a group and God has given you a kind of gift to bring people together, definitely you should fire the flame. I mean, like, fan the flame so that, it can, grow bigger and bigger. So it all started from Government College Ibadan while I was given opportunities to lead people. And from there, I went to Federal College of Education, Abeokuta, where I was one of the executive of my department. So leadership has been the thing, entrepreneurship has been. I remember vividly when I was in secondary school, Government College Ibadan. There was a particular year, I think it was our final year. My friend and I know Benga, is now in the UK. We sold chin-chin in class. So I think that is the genesis of the entrepreneurship for me. Okay,
so when you left school, how did it all come together? At what point did you realize, oh, this is really what I have to face?
All right. I remember when I finished from Federal College of Education, before I further my education in University of Ibadan, I just sat one day and I'm like, the way things are going in this country, I don't think I should wait. I'm like, let me just create opportunities for myself. And that was when I conceived the idea of Green Fingers Creation, where it's basically an event planning company where I also hire ushers. A lot of people that know me will know in the city of Ibadan back then in 2018, 2019, my ushers are one of the best in town. So it all started right from 2018 after school.
So you started picking in one after the other?
One after the other, one after the other.
So when you start doing something and an idea comes, how do you fuse that into what you currently do, that it doesn't kill what you already started?
Okay, that is one of the major problems people face every time. I think that when God gives you an idea and the first thing you have to do is pen it down. Right. That's one of the mistakes people do. They don't pen it down. So when you pen it down, you already wrote the visions down. And when an idea comes again, you'll be like, okay, how can I merge this thing together and it will be infused and one would not stop another one. Last week I was at a program and someone asked a question and said, oh, I'm a 9-to-5 job. Like I have a 9-to-5 job. And I want to also start entrepreneurship. I'm like, yeah, this is what you are going to do. Do not let your 9-to-5 job, 9-to-5, it's already stated 9-to-5. Do your 9-to-5, and after 9-to-5, do other things you want to do. So that was how I was able to merge things together. I infused them. Okay, I started event planning. I'm like, I have ushers. Then along the line, I could talk. So I said, why not host events? Why not, talk to people? From there, I'm a very good speaker right from secondary school, like I said. So I started talking and, people started inviting me.
So every entrepreneur, they have faced one challenge or the other, especially in the business landscape in Nigeria. So far, how has it been for you in the business world?
In the business world, I would say number one thing that we lack in Africa is, people giving us loans. And I would like to come from that angle. I think a lot of people, when they have chances to be with rich people, they do not know what to ask. See, if a rich man gives you money, the rich man has cheated you. But if the rich man gives you an access, of course, you have everything. So I would say most of the time, we don't create credibility for ourselves. Like I started now, I have created credibility for myself. Along the line, money will come. Because Cosmas Maduka, the popular billionaire, once said, there are faces of money. Before he gets to the physical cash, there are like 5 other faces. The credibility part, the credible relationship, the character building, the integrity, before it now comes to money. So if you don't build all of those things, I'm sorry to say, money might not come.
So how do you take these steps and then you don't get to jump any of them to achieve success? Sometimes people jump the goal and then move from probably step 1 to step 3, and they eventually go back to step 1 because they have not started the right way. So how did you get all this correctly moving on?
All right, it's very simple. I would like to say to young people that are watching me at home that, if you jump one step to another, you will still come back to that step. I am very, very sure of this saying every time that money is the root of evil. So when you have the mindset that it is not just about money, it is not just about money, because young people these days is just money, money, money. So they tend to jump the step. So in case where jumping of step, happens, make sure you trace your step back. You see, if you jump the face of credibility and you move to character building, sometimes it will take you a lot of years to still come back. So every other time when you have to jump a space, make sure you always trace yourself back. Like I said, what I was saying the other time, I said, write the vision down. When you have the vision written down, it will be very easy for us. It will be very, very easy for us as young people everywhere in the world.
Now, let's digress a little bit. I was talking to a few of my friends yesterday evening, and we spoke about self-doubt, especially when the idea is still in the embryo. Some people get to think, oh, can I even do this? And then they discover that out of 1,000 ideas they have not really actually done any of it. So how do you move on? Even when you have so many ideas, how do you place them one after the other? How do you know which one comes next?
All right, I would tell a story. This was last year in the city of Ibadan. So I was to host a very major event, creative, I can't really remember. It was organized by the Oyo State government. So I was invited alongside with one other person to actually host the red carpet. So in my mind, of course I have hosted events, I have done a whole lot, and I am still self-doubting myself, like how would I really handle this? I mean, the dignitaries that will be at that event, can I really handle them? And lo and behold, the person that was supposed to actually co-host with me didn't come. And I was.
And it was just you.
It was just me.
You had the expectation of leveraging on what that person is bringing to the table.
Of course, I'm like, I would just, stay behind and be like, oh, she will do it, she will do it. And at the end of the day, she didn't come. So I'm left to do the whole thing. But I said to myself, I can do it, I can do it. And that was how I was able to do it. So what I would tell people that have self-doubt is, there's always this part that will always tell you you can do it. Why don't you just trust that part as well? A part is telling you can't do it. Another part is saying you can do it. So what I will end with it is be competent as well. Competence is very, very important. We have to be competent in whatever we do. If you are not competent, people will not be able to trust you. So in overall, I would say you have to trust yourself as well.
Now, let's talk a little bit about public speaking.
Okay.
That's one area that so many people are venturing into these days, especially for people who do podcasts, video podcasting too, and someone like creating content. Now, how do you... I've seen people do it. They have not been there, but they are talking about it. Will they actually have the energy and, of course, the strength, the deposit in them, the depth in them to actually pass the message across to people who are actually going through that at that time when you have not been there?
When they've not gotten to that point. They just want to start, right?
Yes.
So in that case, there's always a first time. There's always a first time. I'll give you a scenario as well. Just this very last week, we were in church and we're having our youth Sunday, and I was supposed to host the event, but I saw a lady and I'm like, she can also do this. She can do this. And I said to her, she's like, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I said, there is always
a first time.
Trust me, we gave her the first time and she did it very, very well. So what I'm going to say to people starting out is trust your instinct. Because you've not been there doesn't mean you won't get there. I started somewhere. I watched videos before I started. So that's where the competence actually comes in. Be keen to learning. I have learned a lot. I read books a lot. I watch videos a lot. So I think when you subjected yourself to learning, it will be very much easier for you to start out.
Now, let's talk about defining moments.
All right.
People go through this a lot of times, and they don't even know that's the point for them to make a turn or maybe do something else. So when does a person who's venturing into business, who's venturing into public speaking, motivational speaking, how do you know where the curve is, where that defining moment is?
I love this particular question because I am in that particular phase of my life right now. I actually started a movement this year in Ibadan. It's called Prime Time Conference. And if you look at the word Prime Time Conference... I
was coming to Prime Time itself, but then you can go on.
It means, when we talk about prime time, it means when you've actually, pinpoint a particular moment. Prime means, wow, it's the exciting moment. So I think youths or young people generally, even old people, we should be able to understand our prime time. When you study, that's why I don't joke with the place of God. I don't joke with the place of God. You should be able to discern, this particular moment, this direction. Even in business, we should be able to say, okay, this particular time, I think if we put this energy in this, we will get this result. So as young people, whatever age, we should be able to discern that moment that, okay, people are loving this kind of stuff that I do. I think I should put more energy. I will give an example of Bra Shaggy. If you look at Bra Shaggy, I think it started with Eat Me. And along the line, it was changing the whole life. Gradually.
No one noticing actually.
Yeah, no one noticed. If you check Mr. Macaroni as well, you see he started with lecturer and now is freaky. So I think you should be able to...
Even MC Lively.
MC Lively. Yeah, MC Lively. And this particular content creator as well, Lasisi, if you watch Lasisi's content,
it's a full-blown actor now.
Yes, it's changed. So you should be able to understand that. Okay, let me digress. Let me look into this angle again. Let me look into this angle. So if you are able to discern the moment, you'll be able to do it well.
Now, very quickly before we leave that part, for a content creator, you're already on a particular concept. You have been doing it for maybe 2 years, 3 years. Then that defining moment came.
Okay.
But how do you really notice that this content, I'm going to outlive my usefulness on this content if I don't change very quickly? We have seen content creators in Ibadan, Lagos, and everywhere, just like you said, they switched. But then, linking something totally different to what you are doing, how do you connect the dots?
See, it is creativity. It is creativity. If you are not creative, you can't join the content creating world. So you have to be creative in your mind. And that's why I would say, after being creative, make sure you have a creative community. Have a creative community. Have people that will tell you the truth. Because in the world we live now, people don't tell the truth. So if you are opportune to have people that will tell you the truth, you are blessed. I will give an example. I have a brother that sings, and lately he's been doing a lot of copycatting. We are like, okay, if you continue this path, you might not really do it well. Why don't you stay in your lane? If he doesn't have people that will tell him the truth, he will sway away. So having the people that will tell you the truth and having a creative community that would always put a guide on. I have a lot of communities I've joined. Like, you know, I joined Ibadan YouTubers community, Ibadan content creators. So we guide ourselves. Have a guiding, you know.
There's a principle that guides everyone on the platform.
Yes.
Now,
exactly.
let's talk about you as an entrepreneur. You have been there. You have done business. You have probably switched from one business to the other over time.
Of course.
And the reason you are here is because you succeeded at it.
Yeah.
Now, let's pick this one particularly. The Nigerian economic landscape, so far, how does it encourage or maybe beat down intending business owners in the country?
You see, I would say this, just like I said, money is very important, but money is an exchange of value. So if you don't have value to give, there's no way you'll make the money. There's this saying I always say, if you don't have exchange to give and you have money, you're a thief. If you don't have a blueprint of...
You don't have what to sell.
Oh, yeah. If you don't have a blueprint of how you come about this thing, then you are a thief. So, like I said, it's an exchange for value. So if you are not bringing a kind of value to the table, people are not going to... See, if you start a business today and it's valuable, trust me, in no time, it will yield. That's the truth. It will yield. It might take time. And we are created in the part of the world where we don't have access to loans or to grants or anything like that. But trust me, coming from the beginning, if you build credibility and credible relationship, you will get there.
Now, very quickly, before we talk about prime time.
Okay.
When it comes to business,
all right,
we have seen people get it wrong for one reason or the other.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I have noticed about business owners, especially in Ibadan these days, is that they have a business and they have a personality.
Yeah.
They don't know which one to sell first and which one goes first before the other one sells the other.
All right.
So where do you sit down and say, look, this is where I have to face first. Maybe I should sell my brand and then my brand sells me, or I sell myself to the people and then my personality sells my brand to them.
Okay, I am not going to give a final answer, but I'm going to give an advice. And I will give examples of people. If you look at the likes of Wole Arole,
right?
He made the name. You know, there was so many applause around his name, and he started Arole Beard Oil. If you remember, if you know Arole, he also started the kaftan that he made. So I think what you should do is, if you are in the middle of, you know, you are building your personal brand and your business, I feel like to sell your business more, if you build your personal brand, you will sell your business more. So, you know, in this case, it is not everybody. Not everybody has a personal brand.
Right.
So some people have business and they don't want their faces to be shown. Just like a particular business that I am building right now, it's an healthcare company, and I'm the business development manager. The director does not want to be seen, of course. So in that case, if you have a personal brand and you have a business running, I would subscribe that you build your personal brand so that you'll be able to sell your business. People will be able to listen to you. Like myself now, whatever, if I start I have a lineup of a business I'm starting very soon. If I start it, people will buy. I have the name. So I think if you are in that kind of situation, you don't know what to do next, build your personal brand. You'll be able to enter into some rooms that you'll be able to tell people about your business.
All right, let's talk about the Primetime Conference. Yeah. It has become a recognized platform in Ibadan. Yeah. So what inspired Primetime?
Well, what inspired Primetime is the fact that I feel like young people these days wait for a particular period of time for them to say they want to start whatever they want to start.
And they keep waiting and waiting.
They keep waiting. So I started Primetime at 30 years old, when I have had the idea, like maybe I was 22 when I had the idea, and I started it when I was 30 years old. So I think Primetime came from the idea of you starting whatever God has given you. Start it now. Why don't you start it? Don't let anything hold you back. Because at the end of the day, if you start it, by the time you look at 1 year, 2 years, you won't be where you used to be. That is the truth. And I can tell you, Primetime started February this year, and I am not where I used to be. So imagine if I have started 7 years ago. So I would tell people, start it now.
So I was about to ask you your success stories so far, having started Primetime.
Primetime has opened doors for me. That's what I would say. Primetime has actually opened doors. I mean, people calling me from United States, from Canada, and saying, don't worry, I think this is a good idea. We will support you in the next coming one if there is any coming one. So I think my success has been so loud. And I pray and I hope that it continues like this. So
Primetime is going to be a yearly thing, quarterly thing?
It's going to be a yearly thing. It's going to be a yearly thing because I actually used my birthday to celebrate it this year. Okay. I became 30 years old this year, and I'm like, God, I don't want to stay in that place that I have been. Let Primetime come. And that was how Primetime came.
Now, how do you define success in your field?
Well, success to me is very different from what people think. You know, some people define success to be cars. Some people define success to be houses. I define success to be, you know, being an impactful person. Being an impactful person. How many people have you been able to impact? How many people have you been able to impact? So success for me is reaching out, making my voices go around the globe. I mean, when you are someone that people can sort for, prime ministers of nations will call for me, president of countries will call for me, and when there is problems, I will be called for solutions. So success for me is not the houses, it's not the cars. Success for me is inspiring and impacting young generation.
So in the current world we are in, what are the pillars you think an entrepreneur should build to stay relevant in business and most definitely to stay successful?
All right, I would say consistency. This is a message for someone who has been on a path for so long. I would say, because in sometimes when you want to give advice to someone that is on a wrong path, you won't tell the person consistency. Because a lot of people are on a wrong path, and if they keep being consistent, they will still keep getting the same results. So, but I would say, if you are so sure about the path you are on, please be consistent.
Okay. This question though just popped in. Let me ask you very quickly. This is about someone who is also a public speaker, okay, an event host, says, oh, if I want to upgrade my brand, okay, take for example, I host these kinds of events, and I feel, oh, I want to charge more now because I feel I offer more. Okay. So where is that moment where you started? Remember that some people will stop giving you roles just because you have decided to step up a little bit.
Yeah.
So where do you go from there? Do you take the little you get, or you just continue with what you are doing?
Well, I would say you be rigid. It might be hard at first. I remember there was a time I was supposed to get a job as an event decorator. I was styling that event, and the person called me and said, okay, how much are you charging for the event? And I said, well, I've done my costing. Everything is 800,000 naira. Trust me. He asked another person, and the person gave him a bill of, I think it was 2.3 or so. He left the 800,000 naira.
I went for that of 2.3 million.
Going for 2.3 million.
Thinking is for quality.
Quality. So if quality is not cheap, that's the truth. That's the summary of it. Quality is not. So if you want to stay on quality, you have to make sure that the services, the product you are delivering is quality, and stay on it. Whoever your customers will come. Another problem entrepreneurs have is they don't know their customer. They don't have a target audience. If you want to start a business, you must be able to say, okay, it's the average class that I want to focus on. Is the middle class, is the rich people. For me, I would say I'm starting a clothing line very soon, and it's luxury for rich people. I'm sorry, but that is what I want to offer. I want to offer the quality, the best,
premium brand,
the premium. So if you are in that space, make sure if you want to, skyrocket your price, make sure the quality you are giving is also top notch.
All right. So when it comes to also doing that, what you just said, where is the space of personal development in all of that?
Personal development is very important, because even as a business owner, if you are not personally developed, you won't be able to talk to people that, oh, this is what I do. Last week we were at an event, and someone, just a few days ago, we were October 1st, and someone said, I have a business and I don't know how to talk to people. I'm sorry to say, your business, it is only your family members that will be patronizing you. So personal development revolves around you developing your mind. Your mind, being able to talk to people, your emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is very important. There's this particular saying, emotional bank account, EBA. For you to actually remember this, remember EBA. You know EBA is A-B-A, and a lot of us like EBA. I love EBA so much. So emotional bank account is very, very important when we are talking about personal development. You should be able to understand that, okay, this person, if I tell him this, he might not take it well. Being able to, or I said something that is not wrong. I remember vividly, I used to do something while I was in school. During the day, if I offend some of my classmates, because I was very, very troublesome, if I offend some of my classmates, every day when I get home, when I'm on my bed, I just start thinking, who did I offend today? Some of them will see my calls at like 12 a.m. in the morning and be like, Musoro, come by Elano, please, I'm sorry. So I have developed my mind to an extent that, there are some things that people see as normal that I don't see as normal. Right. So if you are developed, if your mind is developed, even to do business will be very easy. It will be very easy.
All right, before we go very quickly, while starting all of this, you being an entrepreneur, a public speaker, a convener, was there a point where you had to model your your character, your person, around someone else, or you started your own craft from scratch?
Oh, well, I have a lot of people that I look up to, but trust me, I am myself. Femi Peters is Femi Peters. I remembered when I was in school, a lot of people, I used to have, a very big afro, and people call me Korede Bello. In fact, a whole lot of girls wanted to be my girlfriend at the time because I look like Korede Bello. But I said to myself, I'm not Korede Bello. I am Femi Peters. I am myself. But I look up to a lot of persons. I have my pastor in church. I have a lot of people. I love Steve Harvey. I love Stephen the billionaire, I call him, Stephen Akitayo. I love him so much. There are a lot of people that I look up to. I have my mentor in the United States of America, Professor Clint. I look up to people like that, but I am myself.
Okay. Before we go to, finally, on this note, what's next for you, Femi Peters? New projects, goals, visions, beyond prime time?
Well, beyond prime time, God has given me the global voice, and I feel like it would be very, very selfish of me to restrict myself to Ibadan. So next for me is going global with the voice.
Okay.
Going global with the voice, and you know, a lot of people have been saying, come speak here, come speak here. So a lot of great things. I have my book coming next year, hopefully by February it will be done. You know, a very, very great insight that will help businesses, help for personal development all over the world, not just Nigeria, but all over the world.
All right, thank you, Femi Peters, for being a part of the show this morning.
Thank you very much.
It has been a wonderful session with you.
Yeah, thank
I would
you.
have loved to continue because there's so much to unpack, but most definitely our time is fast spent on the show.
All right.
I would do to have you back some other time and have you know, deep conversations as regards what we just discussed.
All right, I would like to say a very big thank you to Dominion TV, and I would like to say thank you to everyone watching as well. And my wife is watching. I want to say thank you to my wife as well. I love you so much.
All right, thank you for joining us. Now, that's where we'll leave it today on The Big Story. We have seen that entrepreneurship isn't just about creating businesses, but about creating value. And personal development isn't just about self-improvement, but about building the capacity to lead, inspire, and succeed. A big thank you to my guest, Femi Peters, for sharing his wisdom, and to you, our viewers, for staying tuned. Remember, the pillars of success stand strong only when you keep investing in your growth and daring to take bold steps. Let's go on a quick break. Don't forget, stay inspired, stay purposeful, and up next is Trend Watch. I'm your host, Samson Balogun. This has been The Big Story on Daybreak Live Extra.